big up, everybody? It's your girl Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. Sorry for being a little bit late. I had some technical difficulties. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on with this computer that I'm using where sometimes it just doesn't want to turn on, and I'm like, okay, that's fun that ends up happening right as I'm about to go live. But either way, we're here and we're going to be doing a solo stream. We're going to be previewing Man United versus Crystal Palace, this time not in the Carabao Cup, but it's going to be in the Prem, another home game. And hopefully we can carry on from obviously the Carabao Cup game, which I mean, I did say in the match reaction for me was like the best, um, probably the best game all season so far. And hopefully we can continue and go on a proper run and all of that. But yeah, of course, we need to talk about Anthony's return a little bit. Not fully in depth on whether or not I think it's a good idea, but just we'll just talk about it. Injury crisis still. Martinez gonna be out for a while. All of that, all of the above. But before we fully dive in to the nitty gritty, make sure that you, of course, give this video here a big thumbs up and as well subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on the road to 3K subscribers, so let's make that happen, shall we? Okay, and also feel free to join the SFT membership by hitting this link, which is in the description box, but also in the chat. Let me say hello to the people. Ensman here earlier says, Bless, I saw you in the chat today. Yes, you know, I be supporting the Mandem. I be supporting the ups. Big up to you. Do subscribe to Ensman TV. Big up to Ravi. Big up to Sideline Football Show. Show him some love as well. Yes, 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 yes. So let's dive in. Okay, so obviously we're going to be playing tomorrow. It's going to be a 3 p.m. kickoff for those of you who live in the UK. Man United, Crystal Palace back to back. This time a game. Do expect us to get the 3 points. I do expect us to win. So let's collect the W. But I also do want to see a good performance. I want to build on that. But will we maybe, obviously, we didn't have a Rashford and Bruno play in that game, but other people did step up. So will we maybe have a Bruno and Rashford get integrated? I don't know. Either way, before we full on talk about that particular game, I do want to mention a little bit of some team news. So the biggest one, which was reported a few hours ago, is the fact that Antony is not back in training, back for selection. We all know, obviously, that it's still an ongoing holding investigation. With I'm gonna try to phrase the stuff that I'm gonna be saying here, just due to the severity of the subject, and also because it could be triggering for some people. So we're not gonna go in depth, but y'all know there's been obviously allegations back in June due to domestic abuse, also from other victims or alleged victim, I should say, other accusers. So obviously he was put, more so out of the limelight. Wasn't a part of the team for a little bit, but now he's back. I do think he might be a bit soon, but either way, he's here now. He'll be available for selection tomorrow. I don't see him starting. I don't see him going straight back. And I will be shocked if that happens. But either way, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with people whether or not it's a good decision. No, it's the whole situation with him, and also especially the MG Voldemort situation for me was quite draining and very much sometimes upsetting to talk about. So I'm not gonna that's not the premise of today's show. Okay, no, we'll just talk about the formality. He back? We'll see, but I don't think he'll be basically selected for tomorrow's game. But he's up for selection. But I don't think he would go straight back in, if that makes sense. Because it would be a bit too soon with obviously them training today. Um, Ten Hag did have like a press conference. I did see some quotes. Um, and yeah, I just it is what it is. I don't know. We never could catch a break as Man United's fans at all. Another thing that we need to address is, of course, the fact that Lisandro Martinez now is obviously hasn't fully recovered from that foot injury that he sustained back in April. And I was saying, like, he so far this season, he hasn't looked right. Something is not really fully right here, and obviously made it very clear that it's that injury, and he'll be now away, not available for a while. I was reading somewhere maybe up to 3 months. So another big, big, big injury blow. That's why we probably should have gotten another center back come in um, when we had a chance, but we didn't. You know why? Because we have incompetent imbeciles as board members and owners who also are the ones enabling, appointing these imbeciles. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Not much we can do about it, but it is frustrating. It is definitely frustrating. Regulon will also be out. I believe he'll be back, maybe potentially for the after the international break or right before. But yeah, it'll be an international break coming very soon. So I think obviously not next week, but the week after that, we're going to be in another international break. I would presume. So yeah, that's that. Of course, we still have the other long-term injuries with Luke Shaw, Malasia, Kobe Maynard. I believe will be coming back soon in October. The same with Ahmed, I think so as well. I could be wrong. Obviously, it was nice to get Varane back, Mount as well. Um, so yeah, those are kind of like the big ones. But it is definitely, we got like gassed and excited, of course, with getting some players back from injury, but now we're now getting more injuries. So players are coming back, but then other players are getting injured. It's tiring. It's a lot. And I'm not gonna sit there and just complain as a Man United supporter because there's Arsenal got injuries, Chelsea got a bunch of injuries, Liverpool got injured. Like there's Bear Club that has a lot of injuries. And I don't know, something has to give. Something needs to be it needs to be talked about way more because I don't know what it is, but so far this season, we're like what? This is going to be the seventh game week, and we have so many injuries in lots of different teams. Also, the teams lower down the table. It's very much tiring, very much tiring, and I don't know. It's a lot. I think that World Cup, which was a great World Cup, by the way, I'm not gonna dispute that, but it was you kind of now think, Lord, y'all, I don't know, these people, the FA, the UEFA, FIFA, all of them, they gotta be a bit more mindful of like, when we have like the Nations League and all of those games that doesn't really make sense to have. Try to maybe focus on protecting these players because some of the injuries that some of these players do get can potentially be career ending or long-term injuries that can at some point some stage of their career might definitely not get them back to what they were. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important that we do take care of the players. They're not robots. They have feelings, okay? We gotta take care of them physically, but also mentally. I think it's important to emphasize on. But yeah, but that's we'll move on, of course. Even though we have several fullbacks out. The only real fullback we have is Dallo. And then obviously we have Amrabat who could play as the left back. And the guy is like I love his mentality, what he said after that. The Crystal Palace game. He said, like, I can play wherever. It doesn't matter. Even if the manager wants me to play as goalkeeper, I'll play as goalkeeper. I don't care. That I think is commendable. You want those type of players with that mentality to play in your team. I think is very important. Before we move a little bit on, let me read some of you guys' comments. I'm gonna save this one sideline, but yeah, Amrabat is playing. Yes, big up to Tulum, we're doing well. Afternoon, Ed, hope you're doing well, bro. Tulum says football is broken, fam. These injury, I know. Says what are they eating? How are they training? I don't know. Could there also be something with the pitch? Because some of them, when they be getting the injuries where nobody really was around, those are the worst. Like I made a video a few weeks ago talk about the ACL injuries. Like it's very much, it's a lot of it in the men's football, but also a lot of it in the women's football as well. And I don't know. I think there's a combination of a lot of different things, but it's a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries. Sideline says Amrabat might change your midfield. Amrabat with an A will change our midfield. But yeah, big up. Like, subscribe. Yes, the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for more people to see. So let's do it. Ed says, I need us to go back to the old days when Fergie stopped players from joining up with the international team. Sometimes I think that can be, because I'm thinking, obviously, the games that matters in terms of course, when it comes to, I don't want us to like stop players from going to like an AFCON or anything like that. I know that's okay in the middle of the club season, but we do stop, you know, um, club football in general when it comes to the Euro Cup and when it comes to the World Cup. So I don't think we should be stopping players such as Unana and Arabat from going and represent their countries in a big tournament such as the AFCON, you know. But when it comes to like the Nations League, like the friendlies for sure, that to me doesn't make sense. Friendly games, I'm so sorry, those are pointless. Okay, when it comes to the actual ones that matters, if it comes to qualifications and all that, hey, I hear it. But friendlies, yes, so sorry, that doesn't make sense. I think it should be like when we should be having international break, it should just be breaks in general where the players can just relax and just maybe take some time off with their families and then have some training, join training with their respective clubs. That's what I think should be more so what we should be doing. Yeah, and it clarifies, says, yeah, I mean, stopping them from going friendlies and nations. Exactly. Right? Arsenal has six first team injury doubts. It's a lot. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't want this to be like, oh, poor Man United. It's so many clubs dealing with the same thing. Something has to give, something has to happen. Okay. And Jordy, by the way, I did address it, says Anthony playing this week or next week. Definitely not this week. Maybe next week. We'll see. But I don't think it'll be way too much of a short notice, so I don't think that will be case. Ed says TH did a lot of double sessions during preseason, which probably didn't help. That can be the thing as well. Yeah, training these days seems more tougher from the injury sustained. Yeah, when players are getting injured in training as well, that's when I'm also like, yo, that's a bit mad as well. Sadlan says his name in Arabic is spelled like an E, sister, but not sure why they spell it with an A. Is it really? Oh, thank you. You know what? Thank you for correcting me. And I didn't try to correct you by any means, but I hear what you're saying. It almost might be in the same way with how Casemiro's name is spelled, because Casemiro's name technically isn't really spelled how it's supposed to be spelled. Uh, so it could be that. Ed says, "Yeah, I mean, wait, I did read that, but yeah, let's move on a little bit. Obviously, I will be very soon showcasing, of course, what I always like to do when it comes to match previews. I always like to showcase like my predicted lineup starting 11, and then at the end we'll predict the actual score. But yeah, so what am I maybe expecting for tomorrow's game? We will see more of a stronger Crystal Palace compared to what we saw. Um, on Tuesday, obviously in the Carabao Cup. But we also had some players missing, so we can't. Even though they had players sitting out or maybe due to injuries, all of that, yada yada yada, we also didn't really have a full-on strong squad playing them. But we were still able to play exceptionally good football. I saw a proper style of play. I saw 1-2 touch football, diagonal passes, inverting fullbacks. Okay, I was wow. So I want us to utilize that and copy paste that into tomorrow's game. That's what I'm expecting. Okay, I'm expecting something similar. Of course, we are now getting, Bruno probably will be, starting and Rashford. So can they also follow that same game plan? When you have an Amrabat helping out in that midfield, whether he'll play as left back or just being alongside a Casemiro in that midfield pivot or whatnot, or maybe he'll be like that lone six, and you have Casemiro a little bit more as an advanced eight. Potentially, that can essentially happen. Either way, I do think and expect that we can emulate that game on Tuesday for tomorrow's game. We're playing them against. We'll see. Was that just a fluke, or can we still continue? Because I don't want us to now just drop off. We're not going to see anything, and we're going to just go straight back to, how we were playing at the beginning of the season. I don't want that to happen. I want us to now continue. What can we see? Can we still see more of this nice pattern of play, controlling the ball, controlling the game? Can we continue? But also putting up the numbers as well. You know? Can we? Can we? Can we utilize that? 3 for 3, another win, another one. In the words of good old DJ Khaled, another one.
Another one, another one, another one, another one.
Thank you, DJ Khaled. But yeah, that's i- important. Sideline football says, I love Amrabat. I'm actually jealous that Man United got him. I think he will change your midfield if utilized properly. Definitely. I mean, I've been wanting this guy since like how he just was ripping up it for Morocco in the World Cup. Also watching for Fiorentina last season as well. Like I've been utterly impressed. So for me, I'm very happy that we finally got him. He's very versatile. Okay, and often when people be like, "Yeah, but like, are you overgassing?" Honestly, we need to see more. Of course, I was very impressed, and I wasn't surprised how well he did because I expected him to do this. But I just hope that he can continue in that weekend. Continue to integrate him into this team, and he just becomes more of an asset. Sideline says, if Tena keep Bruno to the right and integrate Amrabat with Casemiro in the midfield with an actual shape, then we might see more from Man United. Potentially, potentially, you never know. Someone says, I can bet Andrew will start. Yeah, I'm not having that. Nope. Big up to William. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, so keep getting the likes of people. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Um, yes, what else is to mention for tomorrow's game? Should we just maybe look at let me show you the lineup. This is how I'm predicting tomorrow's game is going to be set up in terms of the players. Okay, the starting 11. So we have, of course, Andrea Onana as a goalkeeper. Okay. Big up, by the way, to Jordan. Hope you're doing well. And big up, Sideline. I appreciate you taking the time to show up and being active in the comments. I appreciate it. We have Dallo as the right back. Um, and probably as we don't really have, technically, we could have put Dallo as the left back and then put Victor Lindelöf as the right back, or Victor Lindelöf as the left. Victor Lindelöf technically did play very well when he came in against Palace at the end, and he was playing left back, so we could do that. But I'm thinking maybe we'll probably start off again with having Ambat play as a left back. He did very well, to be honest. He kind of was, whenever he wasn't on the ball, he still was moving more so in that midfield. So I'm thinking probably that might happen again. And then the center back partnership of, even though Maguire actually played pretty decently and he did well, I think maybe Johnny Evans will be playing alongside Varane as that center back partnership. And the midfield, Casemiro. And I think Mount, yeah, Mount again alongside Casemiro. And even though I feel like Hannibal definitely would have deserved to be playing again, I want to see how we can work with having Bruno there. And then you also, of course, have, like I said, Amrabat, even though he's not necessarily in that midfield, well, you can switch up a little bit and see how we can change it up in the second half. But I do think that this is kind of something that I want to see. I hope that Mount, because I'm not, a lot of you, I know I keep saying this, but a lot of you guys know that I haven't really been that excited about the Mount signing. I've been a little bit, mm, I would have preferred getting a James Madison instead. But regardless, hey, here we are. But either way, he did very much impress me in the game against Palace on Tuesday. So I'm thinking start him again. Obviously, he didn't play the full game. He had the first 45 minutes. Maybe you could do something like that, and then you can change and bring Eriksen in. I realized Eriksen hasn't really played the last few games. Maybe I don't know, resting him a little bit. The thing is, what I really like what Ten Hag did game on Tuesday is that we actually did, we rest some players. Finally, we had a game where Bruno wasn't playing. He didn't even come up from the bench. Rashford, I think it was important. So I want to see how can they do in this game. How will we be able to utilize these players is what I think is important to essentially see. And I hope Mount can do it. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I told you so. If it doesn't work out, because that's not gonna be good. I want Mount to work out. Okay, I'm not his biggest fan at all. I was saying I think he's overhyped, overrated when it was at Chelsea. But hey, Ten Hag wanted him. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, I genuinely hope he works out because if he works out and if he becomes the player that Ten Hag wants him to be, and the people that's been on the Mount train for a long time, if he ends up being what they envision him to be, then hey, props to all of them. That will obviously help out the team in general. By him balling out, that will help out the team. I don't want nothing else for my team to do well. There's no agendas over here. Like I said, even, I'm not Harry Maguire's biggest fan. He's played well, played pretty decent in Tuesday's game. So that's all that I'm trying to tell you guys. There's no agendas. There's definitely no player agendas over here. Not at all. We'll have to wait and see. Um, and then Palestri, I want to see Palestri start again on that right side. I think that will be quite interesting. And then Rashford on the left side. Rashi, I need you to track back, my brother. Brother, come on now. It's about a month until you're turning 26. Okay, you grown over here. We ain't young anymore, brother. Okay, you're supposed to be the prime age of your career at this very moment, my G. I, you're important. We do know. Sometimes you can have individual performances, individual moments of brilliance. We know you got it in you. But I want to see when you do lose the ball, you track back and go get that ball. Because that's what we saw with Ganacho. With Ganacho maybe failed with going past, I can't remember who it was, but it was one of the fullbacks for Crystal Palace. But he went back, ran back, got the ball back. Okay? Pelestri as well as Pelestri. I think if he can work a bit more on the output, being a bit more clinical, then I think we got something there. But when it comes to defensive abilities, tracking back, Pelestri is a hard worker, and I respect that. Hojlund came in obviously more so at the end of the game on Tuesday. Didn't really do that much, but regardless, there's something interesting with Hojlund that I do like. The guy got potential. We gotta integrate him into that and try to form some type of connection between him and Rashford and also Pelestri, of course. But this is what I'm thinking. I do want to hear your guys' thoughts as well. How are you guys thinking that Ten Hag will be putting up the team, okay, setting up the team? Do you agree with what I've been thinking, or are you thinking, no, so this guy's gonna not be starting, it's gonna be this guy? Let me know. And also what you would prefer as well. This is not what I'm saying I would prefer. This is what I'm saying, what I think. And some point of it, I still want to see, regardless, though, to be honest. Um, Let me read some of y'all comments. Big up to Double A. Hope you're doing well. Says, what's good, Sophia? All good over here. Hoping for another good win tomorrow. Yes, excited to see Amrabat in the flesh. People do subscribe to Double AFC. Show my brother some love. He often, is on. I actually first saw him on Saeed TV's channel. For the different shows there, and the guy's class, and also a very big shirt kit collector. And I just personally, me being a lover of like football kits in general, I definitely love following along with that. So show him some love, and I agree with you. I'm definitely hoping for another good win tomorrow, and yeah, excited to see Zaddy Amrabat. Zaddy Amrabat in midfield. Maybe not Zaddy for you, but Zaddy for me. But big up though. Do. Albert. Okay, big up to you. 3-5-2 formation. Evans. No Lindelöf. To be honest though, I could have had Lindelöf. Lindelöf played well when he came on, so I wouldn't be upset if Lindelöf comes in at all. I wouldn't. Like you could have Lindelöf to be as that left back, and you have maybe Amrabat in the thing is though we actually have more options in that midfield, which are it's the defenders which we are that is looking a bit peak. But when it comes to the options that we have in midfield, you have Amrabat, you have Casemiro, you have Mount, you have Bruno, you have Eriksen, you have Hannibal. Colin Maino will be coming back. So when it comes to the midfield, which we felt like we were lacking for a long time, we actually have a lot of options and a lot of different ways how we can seem to what should I say? A lot of different options how we can set it up. Um, and up top maybe it's a bit but we'll try. We'll try. Salam says stay Unana. Stay. Stay where? Let me know. Rice says, I think Everton will play similar to the Carabao Cup game. United will win over the 90. Yeah, I just hope that it's going to be once again a good game because that game on Tuesday was very good. Full, not necessarily the full 90 minutes, but for the majority of the game was really good. It wasn't like first half was really good and the second half wasn't good at all or we were shit. No, that wasn't the case. Overall, very good performance, and I was actually utterly entertained. So I just want us to continue. I don't want us to go one step forward and then two steps back. If we do that, then what are we doing? Fulham said Lindelöf can play as a fullback too. Yes, exactly the point. In with our injuries, at least we have players who can do a decent job in various positions. And I think that is definitely one of the big key reasons to why Ten Hag was very persistent on getting Amrabat because Amrabat is such a versatile player. Like the guy is playing as a left back. Okay, he can play wherever. And it's like you also said with Lindelöf. Lindelöf can play as a right back. He can play as the left back, center back. Also, Lindelöf can also sometimes he can also actually help out in the midfield as well. I'm pretty sure there was one game where he actually came in as a sub and played as a DM last season. Um, so yeah, and when it comes to like when we've had Luke Shaw that plays as a left back, but that can play as a left center back. So there's different options. And also, I also heard Kobe Maino does play in the midfield. He can also play as a right back. So I think that's what we're Ten Hag's trying to do. He wants to have players that are versatile, that are able to play in different type of positions. That's going to be, the new cool word is invert. Like we haven't heard the word inverting before. Like, come on, get out of here. And so Sofia Macy and her dad was at the midweek game. She was telling me, "Oh, that's dope. I hope Macy's doing very well. Big up to Macy. I'm very happy that she was at the game and we won, and she saw some beautiful football being played. So big up to her. Big up to her. Before we slowly start to wrap up, because I don't want this match preview to be the longest, I will be coming back later to do another show, which we will be talking about the YSL being back, women's, FA Cup, women's type league. Man United women being in action on this Sunday, so we'll talk about that. But yeah, what am my prediction? I'm okay. I'm gonna predict 3-1. I'm thinking would have loved to say like a clean sheet, but I'm thinking maybe Essex will get a goal or something like that. I don't know, but I do think we'll win. So I'm gonna say a strong 3-1 win is what I'm thinking. But I do want to hear what you guys are thinking. What are your score prediction? You think Man United gonna win? If so, by how much? Or do you think that Palace will win? Let me know. Or do you think it's gonna be a draw? Right. Ask me where did you get the biggest shirt from? Oh, it's from a Norwegian or like a Scandinavian um online store or technically just a store in general called Carlings. I bought a bunch of like was on sale a bunch of like band t-shirts. I got like I got a lot actually. NSYNC and Outcast t-shirt actually as well. A bunch. Schlot says 4-0 United win. Ooh, okay. Ray says 3-1 with Palace scoring first. Okay. Salam says 4-4. 4-4. Damn. Salam says 4-0. Ooh, wouldn't that be great? I would love to get like lots of goals. I hope so. But I'm going to say 3-1. But I'm expecting us to be able to do what we did on Tuesday. I am, if I'm going to be very honest. But yeah, keep getting the likes up, everybody. Subscribe. And like I said, I'll be back later. Grace, I also have a few bigger shirts. Cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also had another sweater, but I have no idea where I put it. It was years ago where I bought like a very cool biggie sweater. Either way, though, like I said, I will be back later tonight about 7 p.m. UK time. Just so you live in the UK, which we will be talking about some women's football. All right. So yeah, we will do that. And then of course the match reaction, or I should say like full on reaction to all of the big games tomorrow. As we will be focusing on Man United Palace, and then Spurs and Liverpool are playing together tomorrow evening. So we'll invite some people on so we can discuss the game. But I appreciate all of the love for the content that I've been putting up. I did have a break yesterday, which was nice. But it's also lovely to do content and that you guys are enjoying it as much as I have making it. So, like I said, back later to talk some women's football, and we are out. See y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, and we out. Bye bye.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.